Good afternoon, everyone. Please welcome to the stage Western Kentucky head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd and student athletes Chastity Gooch and Alexis Govan. Coach, can you please open with a brief statement?
Just really excited for us to be here. Excited about the opportunity for our young ladies in this team to play in another NCAA. This is what you work for all year, and we're just looking forward to getting a chance to compete.
Thank you, and at this time we'll take questions for the student athletes. If we can get your name and affiliation, and we'll get the mic over to you.
Chad Bishop, WBKO. Alexis, I don't know if you saw this, but this morning Barack Obama picked you guys to win the game tomorrow. Do you have a reaction to that?
That's pretty cool, but his pick doesn't win the game. What matters is what we do on the court tomorrow and how we come out and play.
For Alexis and Brad Stevens, Bowling Green Daily News. It's for Alexis and Chastity. Last year, you guys were the first group in 6 or 7 years to get to the tournament. How much did it mean for you guys to be the first group in 15 years to actually win a game at the tournament?
It'll mean a lot to us, but what matters right now is just handling business. We just got to keep on coming out every day and working hard and just trying to do what we can do and control the things we control and just play as hard as we can.
Hi, ladies. Janie McCauley from Associated Press. When Texas was in here a little bit ago, they talked about your defense and the way you mix things up and change things, and that is something they'll really have to adjust to. Could you, for some of us who haven't seen you play, tell us a little bit about the way this team plays defense?
I mean, that's what makes our defense good. Teams have to adjust and figure out what type of defense we're playing. So.
Yeah, we pride ourselves in being able to change up defenses. Coach Hurd talks a lot about that. That's like a big key to our game, just being able to change up what we do, and when people get comfortable, to put them back on their toes and make them uncomfortable.
Chastity, now that you guys have had even more time to really study Texas, get to practice, against scout team stuff, get to really know what you're facing. I mean, what kind of things are you looking out for tomorrow? What kind of things you have to do to win the game?
Defense, making sure that we box out, do little fundamental stuff, get rebounds, switch up defenses, and then they got the big girls inside, and we just got to play, I guess, defense.
Alexis, all the close games you guys played last week, how do you think that'll help you all tomorrow?
I think it'll help us stay composed throughout the game, and when they make a run, to not get rattled, to just look at each other and remember we've been in situations like this, and just to keep on playing and keep on rolling, because we'll make a run as well, and it's just a game of friends.
Cheryl Coward, hoopfeed.com. It was a pretty close game in the final that you guys played. I watched that game against Southern Miss, and when the buzzer sounded, their euphoria was palpable on the television. How long did it take you guys to sort of get over that euphoric feeling and come in here and be ready for business?
I think we took that day and the next day, our travel day, and took it all in. But as soon as we got back on the court, it was back to business, and it was great that we won, but we're focused on what's next.
Alexis, how was practice yesterday, first of all? And do you feel like now today you guys maybe have got your mind right and ready to go for tomorrow?
Practice yesterday was a lot about focusing on ourselves, just working on what we need to do and remembering that we got to box out and just working on different ways that we can play with each other and play things. And I think today we're definitely ready to get back on the court and get ready. It's our last chance to prepare, and we're pretty excited.
Anything further for our student athletes? Okay, thank you both very much. We'll go ahead and dismiss you to the locker room, and we will take questions for Coach.
Cheryl Coward, hoopfeed.com. You guys in Texas have a pretty heady history, although you haven't played in several years. How do you feel about kind of restarting that history, but I mean in California, of course, but getting to play Texas again?
You're right. There is a lot of history there, and Texas has an amazing program, and I think it's an awesome opportunity for both programs because there's a lot of history, but also there's a lot of wins within the women's game. So I think it's going to be awesome for us. I think that our players understand and know the history, and you know, the shot that we had on our home court is one of the famous shots, you know, for Western Kentucky against Texas. And so our girls know about that, of course, because that's the history for our program. But, you know, we've had a lot of great ball games against Texas. But again, this starts a new time. And so we're just excited about the opportunity, playing against some great competition and an unbelievable coach with a great team.
Karen, tell us about matchups and your team being very versatile. I know they may have a little bit more size. How are you guys maybe try to exploit that with your guard play, maybe trying to be a little bit up-tempo?
I think what we're going to make sure we do is the same thing that we've always done, and that's make sure that we adjust to the teams that we're playing. But we're excited about just having the opportunity, and I think we'll do different things. We love to run our motion offense, but I think what's really good is we have different quick hitters that we can put our players in certain situations where they can score. I'm very fortunate to coach players like Alexis Govan and Chastity Gooch, who can score in numerous of ways. But not only them, you know, I feel like that we have a lot of players on our team that can score in different ways, and I think that will bring concerns to any team that plays us like I feel like it has this year. Although we have our concerns too, as Chastity and them talked about, just defensively and rebounding and doing the things we need to, and they are bigger than us. And but at the end of the day, there's been a lot of teams that have been bigger than us. So we're going to have to focus on the things that we need to do to make sure we're taking care of business.
Kind of the same thing we asked Alexis. What was your reaction when you saw that the president picked you all to win?
I actually didn't see it, but again, as Alexis said, I think it's awesome. You know, you watch him go on television and all the time. That's the big thing on ESPN, where he goes on there and talks about who he feels like is going to win. So I think it's awesome. But as Alexis said, right now it's about what's going on here for us and making sure that we're focused and ready to come out and play for 40 minutes.
Conference USA, Cheryl Coward, hoopfeed.com. Conference USA has been sort of transition in the past couple of years, and you've been there for 3 years. But, I mean, Southern Miss was a tough team this year. Old Dominion had a strong finish. You have Middle Tennessee. Do you feel at all that the conference is underrated?
You know, I think, of course, I'm going to be biased because I'm in Conference USA. So I actually do, and we had to face those opponents every day. You know, you named a lot of great programs with a lot of history. Old Dominion and Middle Tennessee has been in the NCAA for a numerous amount of years before this year. And then you have also, you know, a lot of teams, like you said, Southern Miss, who done an amazing job, and we played close with them. They beat us on their home floor, on our home floor, and then we beat them in the championship. So the conference is unbelievable. There's a lot of talent, and I think day in and day out, we had to go out and be ready to battle each and every day. And I think that shows a great conference. I think that, you know, it says a lot that we have 4 other teams in postseason. I know not in the NCAA, but, you know, we have 3 in the WNIT. And so I think you get really close to continuing that there could be some of the games that could have went either way. And I think that shows a great conference.
Obviously, you guys played a Big 12 team last year. You're planning on winning this year. What are some of the attributes when you're playing a team that, you know, comes from a big conference, has that big size, and what kind of things do you guys do to kind of counteract that and take advantage of your own the areas you do have advantages in?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we go about business the same way. I mean, we get a game plan together, and we figure out what's going to be our strengths, and we try to make sure that we can take care of the things we need to that might cause us problems. And so, you know, I have an amazing staff. And as soon as we found out who we were playing and where we were going, we got down to business and got a game plan together. And, you know, one thing I've learned is, you got to stick with what you've done to get us here, and that's what we're going to do. We'll adjust and do a lot of different things during the game, but our players have to be confident in what they're doing on the floor, and I think that's why we'll continue to do what we do and to change up in the defenses. And we're going to have to make some shots, of course, and I think that's, speaking of last year, I think that's what we did really well when we went to Baylor. We shot the ball well, and we handled that atmosphere, and that's what we're going to have to do tomorrow.
Obviously, last year you guys got over that hump and you got back to the tournament. What would it mean to kind of get over this last hump and win a game at the tournament?
Well, I can tell you this, before the season started, we had goals. And, some of the goals were, of course, we wanted to win out on our home floor. We lost one. We wanted to win the regular season in the conference. We won that. And we wanted to win the conference tournament. And then the last goal was to get to the NCAA and win. So that's what our whole goal has been, and that's what we're going to work for in the 40 minutes when we get on the court.
Speaking of goals, I mean, this is your third year at the school, and it's been an incredible turnaround. Was getting to this point, a part of your goals? And what were your goals when you came into the program, and do you feel like you've accomplished them?
I think anyone can tell you if they have a chance to go back to their alma mater and coach. That's one of the best feelings that you can have. My goal was, I feel like that Western Kentucky is an amazing program, and we have a lot of history. We won a lot of games. And I played for an amazing coach who started a lot of that. And so my goal was to come back in to this program and help get us back on the national scene and bring back that winning tradition. And so that was the whole goal. I have an amazing staff. This is not me that has, won these games. This is my staff and the support staff and everyone else. But the biggest thing, this credit goes to the players, because when we got here, to have a team transform and work as hard as they need to get us to where we're at right now. That's why these seniors are so important, because they bought into everything that we talked about from day one. And so my goal was to be the best that I could be and bring everything to the table for them so they could have the opportunity to be sitting in this position today.
Anything further for Coach? Michelle, thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you all.